Only on News 5. We've been digging into some trash troubles. You have to see it to believe it, too. It all started late last month when we found garbage overflowing from trash chutes and piling up in elevators and stairwells at the North Pointe Apartments in Euclid. We took our concerns to City Council.
Basic human decency says that nobody should have to live under those conditions.
A few days later, people who live here started reaching out to us with their horror stories, like a dirty apartment full of garbage, mold, and cockroaches in the fridge and outside in the hall.
There's dog feces, dog urine in the hallways for days at a time.
That's when we found out the city sued the apartment owner, but the courts ruled new management was cleaning things up.
Well, try telling that to India Wade. After speaking with her, our laundry list of problems at North Pointe is growing.
Right, if you thought it couldn't get any worse than what we've already showed you, imagine bed bugs, mold, and maggots in your home. Not to mention blatant safety violations like a broken security door, crumbling balconies. That's what hundreds of people who live in that apartment building are dealing with.
Every single day you're worried about whether the balconies are going to fall on top of your head. Nobody should have to live like that.
We lived in the mold for a month and a half.
For months, people who live here have been complaining about these health and safety violations, and in return, they're hearing crickets. News 5's Mike Brookbank has been digging into their problems and has the story all new at 5 tonight.
They need to send somebody into that apartment building to really inspect it.
India Wade, just the latest person to sound the alarm about problems at North Pointe Apartments.
To me, North Pointe just needs to get shut down.
Wade and her husband just broke their lease on a unit they tell me had water flowing underneath the carpet.
Nobody responded to me when I called.
It started as a small trickle.
The little patches in our carpet turned into like a trail of water.
Wade tells me as she struggled to get the staff to help, mold was growing in her bedroom closet and she didn't even know it.
It was like mildew and maggots and like baby roaches underneath.
That's when Wade and her husband sent their 4-month-old son Dion to live with relatives.
We lived apart from my son for about 2 weeks.
Nobody should be subjected to those types of living conditions.
Right now, Councilman Darrell Langman demanding a detailed report on the current conditions at North Pointe. How come this property has not been inspected by the city of Euclid?
That's really a better question for the administration.
The administration telling me it boils down to staffing. With 10,000 apartment units in Euclid, they run a strict inspection schedule, and no one can do it until later next month.
There's no excuse for waiting any longer.
A judge has given the property management company here more time to tackle issues, telling the city things are moving in the right direction.
You can't just take their word that progress is being made, because too many tenants are telling you that progress has not been made.
Langman tells me the only way to know for sure, inspect North Pointe immediately for the residents' sake.
The government is their only protection from what has been bad management, and we need to step up and protect those people's interests.
That was Mike Brookbank reporting. A spokesperson with Euclid's Law Department says there have been steps taken to address the trash and rat infestation, and they appear to be working. Meantime, a structural engineer is slated to inspect those balconies to address safety violations.